Terrans, you struggling against Protoss? I hear this. I hear this on Twitter.
Yeah.
So come see how Innovation plays, would be my recommendation. Struggle with a matchup, watch how the pros do it.
Yeah. After this game, we could very well be saying that Terran's OP, because Innovation is that good.
Yes. We've got Aki in chat. What's up, Aki? Throwing the good luck, have fun for both players, it seems. He's a nice guy that way.
In the top left-hand side of the map, it is Innovation.
And in the bottom right, he's blue, he's Protoss, his name is Hurricane. Rock you like a hurricane.
As someone who plays both Terran and Protoss, this is a match I'm going to love to watch.
We have first-hand evidence here, everyone, that Terrans complain about Protoss.
And Protoss complain about Terran. It goes both ways. It's funny. When I play Protoss, I think Terran's OP. And when I play Terran, I think Protoss is OP.
Sounds like the matchup is pretty balanced, then.
As all things should be.
As all things should be.
Hurricane's got a messed up probe.
Hey, lazy guy, get to work. Well, Hurricane's lost the game.
Yep.
We're done.
GG.
That's it.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
This is game 2. Go right into game 2 there. Hurricane had only 2 probes on the gas for 10 seconds. It's over.
Yep. It's all over.
But just for formality's sake.
We'll let them play it out. All right, let's hear your prediction.
Innovation for 1.
I think that's a very safe bet.
Thank you.
I'm gonna say Innovation 4-0.
Woohoo! That is not
It's
a
a
safe
bold
bet.
one.
It is bolder. Bold bets are the only ones worth doing, though, I guess.
Go big or go home.
Yeah.
Adept hits the Reaper, however the Reaper's gonna jump on in and say, "Ooh, a Twilight Council." One dead probe for starters. Bit painful for Hurricane. Adept not gonna delay the CC, not gonna get the SCV.
Bit
Innovation
annoying,
starts.
but nothing problematic. Reaper running for his life here. Does not want to engage with the Reaper under any circumstances at all. And Hurricane getting Blink. That is something that I've heard Terrans complain about, is Blink Stalker attacks. Early against Terran. Really hard for them to deal with. So getting Blink this fast indicates I think we're going to see something along those lines. Get a Warp Prism, blink into the main base, run around, snipe buildings, snipe off units as they struggle to catch up with you. Even tanks aren't super great at that stage because they only have 1 or 2 and just get blinked on top of and then it's gone. So, I mean, these are issues. I'm liking what we're seeing out of Hurricane here early game.
The Reaper, though, with his grenade. Oh, good micro from Hurricane, though, to dodge that.
Beautiful.
Innovation, he's just going to brute force his way in
hold on.
here, though. He says, "I'm here, I'm Innovation." But then never mind, as he sees 3 Stalkers and 2 Adepts, which 4 Hellions cannot take on. Good wall from Hurricane. Good micro from Hurricane.
Yeah, really nice. A lesser player just has all their probes dead.
Yeah.
So,
My probe's
Great job.
gone. Third base going to be on the way for Hurricane, it would seem. The Hellions now going to be joined up with a Cyclone, though. Cyclone moves on in. Locks onto the Stalker while the Hellions are going to try and dispatch the Adepts. This could make things a little bit worrisome for Hurricane, however, he's got a few more Stalkers coming in to help repel this.
and his blink is done.
That's what we like to see for Hurricane. He says, "Innovation, get off the map. It is now mine." As
Map
control
control
goes to the Protoss
ceded.
player.
That's right. At this point, you just hope nothing else dies. Losing the Cyclone is almost a guarantee.
Oh, not
Almost
quite.
a guarantee.
Almost a guarantee. Good save there from Innovation, just getting that Cyclone away. But now we take a look. Double harassment here. Liberator in the main, Viking in the natural.
Nice.
Both going to be
Nice.
getting repelled, though, fairly easily by Hurricane. I love the way that Hurricane's approaching the game. It is a scary thing to do against Innovation to play the more defensive Protoss style. Like the get 3 base, Blink, Colossus, all the upgrades and everything style. That's what Hurricane's gunning for. A good Protoss makes it look like a broken style. However, a good Terran makes it look like the Protoss is made of paper and will just fold. So it's tough to say which way this is going to go.
Positioning, composition, flanking is really important versus those Colossus.
Harassment too, whether Innovation is able to make Hurricane fall apart and then take one good engagement, which really just wins him the game. Liberator gonna start getting some probe kills. Hurricane blinked after this initially, but he never followed it up, and now all of a sudden he lost 5 probes. Observer gonna die.
Extended Thermal Lance finishing up, and that's when you really want to start your push as Hurricane here. You just feel so much better with that range upgrade.
He's going double Forge, though. So there's a chance he just wants to try and repel Innovation's attack here. He's got his Stalkers out of the map. Might get himself a Medivac. That's a nice start.
That's an excellent start.
Yeah, really reduces the longevity of the Terran army when pushing in like this. No, Hurricane, he's just trying to jump on top of Innovation's army before the tanks get sieged up. He does keep his Colossus alive as well, which is important. Taking a fight before all the tanks get sieged up is important, and he did an alright job doing that. We'll see if he's able to take another good fight to follow this up.
Range is done right now.
Look at
I
this.
don't like Innovation at all. Tank's gone.
Good attack from Hurricane, getting on top of this beforehand, but was it enough? Maybe not. Hurricane is dead.
For a second there, it looked pretty good.
Yeah, it did, and then I guess he didn't have enough to reinforce or something.
Too many Marauders remaining. Those Colossus are toast.
Yeah, and once you lose your Colossus, you're going to have yourself a bad time. Hurricane warping in 2 more Zealots, but he simply doesn't have the production to spend all of this money. And Innovation rallies more units across the map. This is going to be tough to break.
It's 78 to 28 army supplies, so we're done.
The numbers do not lie.
You called it right. It's over. Hurricane's just a little stubborn.
He's going to give it the good old college tries as Zealots bait out the Widowmine shots, but there's really nothing else to buffer, and while Colossus are good, they are not defend versus 6 Marauders good. Probes try and help out, but it's a sad story for them.
Tale as old as time. Marauders versus Colossus, man. In fact, Wings of Liberty. There was a split argument. Do you make Vikings versus Colossus or Marauders? And I always said Marauders. And I have been proven right over time. Marauders are just so good against those Colossus. Stim right in. 2 volleys, dead. Incroyable. Yeah, so that was pretty good. That engagement, again, we were both surprised by how Innovation was able to handle that.
Yeah.
From that low ground position. I guess having 1 tank remaining was a big deal, and then just enough Marauders.
Innovation is just a macro machine.
That's part of it. Your reinforcements show up. your opponent's reinforcements are not there and you win.
Mm-hmm.
End of question. All right, so we're moving into map 2 here. Like Hurricane might need a second or two to gather himself after that game. I mean, from how he was engaging, he felt like he had it won too. A player who doesn't think he's going to win an engagement will back out, especially in a defensive position like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he was surprised. I think he was as surprised as we were.
Yeah, I think it must have been the 1-1. Innovation had 1-1 upgrades.
Yeah, I can see that.
And his bio just didn't die.
Got more balloon stuff.
More 8 singular balloons.
Unfortunately, don't have a translator in chat. We usually have someone who can do that for us, but people are asking what are in those word balloons, and nobody knows. At least no one who can understand us and answer in English.
Okay. Anyway, both players are ready, so away we go into map number 2, Innovation and Hurricane.
Oh yeah.
Great to see so many of you tuning into this Afreeca world. Really fun tournament so far. A lot of you guys tuning into it, which is great to see as per usual. And here we are. It is map number, or a best of 7, pardon me. It is map number 2. And this man spawning in the top left-hand side of the map, playing for Kazi Gaming. It's Innovation.
And from ye old generic Green Wings, it's Hurricane.
I believe Hurricane is on Brave Star Gaming.
No, is that Brave Stars? To the internet we go, and the internet says Brave Star. True facts. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. So, we'll see if Hurricane's going to try something a little bit more cheeky. And maybe this probe is going to try... He's going to do the proxy gate thing, isn't he? In which you build a second proxy gate. Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Here we go.
And every time I see this build, I am obligated to mention, why not a max pack? Someone, please tell me.
I still think Terrans just have it figured out. I don't know what else explains it, really.
Yeah, this build is such a big commitment, though. Like, earlier I said Protoss never goes double gateway versus anything but other Protoss players. This is the exception. However, it stands true that if like the game just opens up normally, you're just dead. And Innovation, by the way, is going to spot this probe running away, and he's going to be like, wait a second, hold up.
This is why you scout, everyone. Innovation scouting. He's going to see the missing buildings. He's going to pylon, see expansion. Say whatever it is, it's a one-basing Protoss, so that's not good.
Yeah, generally spells trouble for the Terran. Now, Innovation starts a bunker. Will it be done in time to stop this Adept? It's going to be close.
It's going to be close. Adept Shade is pretty zippy, too.
And the thing is, Innovation spotted this, so his Reaper can definitely delay the Adept a little bit. He's going to get the bunker up. And then he's just laughing. Adept eats a grenade. Hits the Reaper, which can be microed back. 2 Marines are now out. And all of a sudden, Hurricane's wondering why on earth he proxied that extra gateway.
Yes. Stalker's like, I'm not getting up that ramp.
No.
What am I thinking? Why am I here?
Why am I here? As Hurricane's
Why
like,
do I exist?
guess I'll expand super late. Meanwhile, Innovation is just fine. With this build, at the bare minimum, you really need to cancel the Terran's command center, if not outright kill them. Or not cancel the command center, but force them off it.
And today, none of that.
None of that. Oh, nice surround on the Reaper. However, Innovation right now is pretty darn happy.
Yeah, anytime you manage to scout some craziness from your opponent and shut it down 100%, you're like, okay. I don't think you can feel much better, honestly, at the 3-minute mark of the game. I guess maybe if you're the one who's cheesing and it's working.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
And oh no, this is not going to be good. Hurricane's firing up Resonating Glaives, which is just not good versus Terran, in my opinion.
Oh, especially when your opponent's making Banshees. You know, one shield battery in that mineral line does a great job against Banshees.
It does. But it's... Oh, wait, Hurricane canceled the Resonating Glaives. He realized how poor of a decision that was. The Banshee does get spotted, so Innovation actually cancels that.
I don't know, when you look at it, Hurricane's economy is alright, his armor supply is not too bad.
Yeah, the problem is, though, he's just going to have Blink against a Terran. Innovation's getting up his 3rd CC. He's going to come into bio production pretty quick.
Yeah, Hurricane's 3rd is coming up. Blink's done. Okay, almost done.
Innovation playing it really safe.
Really safe.
Yeah. The fact that he hasn't even gone out to unpower this gateway, which he definitely knows is there, it's kind of surprising. Hurricane is going up to charge after his blink, curiously enough, and a ton of gateways. Okay, maybe Innovation will move out and Hurricane will be able to get the jump on him or something. That's a possibility. And other than this, like the Mass Zealot strategy to hopefully catch the Terran off guard with like a quick move in or something.
Yeah.
Or like an army interception, I'd like to see DTs or Disruptors after this.
Disruptors, pretty hit or miss, especially against someone who's as good at splitting as Innovation is.
The thing is, if he just like makes like pure Colossus or something, he's not going to be able to prevent the Terran just from pushing in and like stimming.
Fair.
Forward.
What about Storm? Do we like Storm?
Storm is good. However, EMP is really good these days too.
Yeah.
So I think maybe if you go like a Disruptor or two and then into Storm, something like that, that would help out. But
fair.
It's really tough to say what Hurricane should do in this situation. Like, right now, going in for this attack, that is not what he should do. Auto turret harassment going down. Hurricane is charging in with his stalkers.
Fighting the auto turret, which,
yeah.
Okay, I guess, it saves some probes.
This really was a big planned all-in from Hurricane. I mean, he's not been mining any gas. He's just made a ton of Zealots, but Innovation has 6 Widowmines and 2 tanks set up here. Oh god, if Hurricane goes for this, it ain't gonna be pretty. It will
88 to 67 army supply. Auto turrets causing more problems down here. Finally expiring, though. Is that Raven alive?
Yes, somewhere.
Where?
Oh, just hanging out.
There he is.
This is a nice move from Hurricane. Trying to get into Innovation's main with the Prism, however, Innovation more than prepared to deal with it. And Hurricane, he's just in a tough spot right now. Like, Innovation is ballooning up in supply. Hurricane went for so many Zealots and he neglected his other tech. He's now starting 1-1, making an Immortal because he's like, I need to make something. I honestly think it's got to be like a Disruptor or something, because if you make like a Colossus, he'll have 1 Colossus maybe before Innovation attacks. 1 Disruptor is a lot better than 1 Colossus, in my opinion. But he is going for the Colossus.
Alright.
He's gonna give it a good old college try.
certainly is. Get them Colossus. Get that extended thermal lance.
If he can hold on till the upgrades are tied, which is a ways away, maybe there's a chance he's going to try and buy time out on the map. But this is just so much Terran right now.
This is a kill push from Innovation, though.
The supply does not lie right now.
No, this is not a poke. This is him just winning.
And this
125
Colossus,
to 71 army supply.
This one Colossus
Upgrades.
is not going to help.
No, especially without range, especially without the upgrades.
And Hurricane
Losing
is
his
being...
sentries would be real bad.
Yeah, Hurricane's being blocked into his natural. Tank's mines are getting set up. The Zealots can't make it by the force fields. They all just get massacred by Widow Mines. And yeah, Hurricane is done.
Yeah, that Colossus valiantly firing away with its lasers, but kind of getting jumped on here, and that's your good game. That's a 2-0
GG.
on the start.
Okay, Innovation looking good.
Both of our predictions looking pretty good, too.
Yeah, Innovation just playing straight up and really well. I mean, just from that opening, like, Hurricane was... It's pretty much game over. Like I said, if you don't lift off the natural or kill the Terran, you're just in trouble.
Yeah, you're just way too far behind.
And so...
You go to Nightshade for map number 3.
Yeah, I honestly think DTs or Disruptors would have been the best way to come back from that.
Yeah, I mean, we saw how little that one Colossus did, so kind of hard to disagree.
I understand the Zealot choice that he made, because there's a chance, say, Innovation would have moved out and like gone for a smaller, earlier push to try and end the game quickly, and then there's a chance that Zealots in smaller numbers could have taken that fight because they do better in smaller number fights. But Innovation just waited till he had a ton of stuff, and then he walked over and killed Hurricane.
Then it was way too much stuff. Oodles and oodles of stuff. Chicken is rooting for Hurricane. We should tell him that. Chicken wants you to win.
Chicken is rooting for Hurricane. You got this, Hurricane. For Chicken's sake.
Out of a StarCraft context, that would be an interesting thing.
Yes. It would be. Now, imagine this. Imagine if there was like a StarCraft tournament in which you won like a chicken.
You cut out there. Imagine what?
If there was a StarCraft tournament, if you won like a chicken or something.
I mean, I'm down. Chickens are cool.
All
like
right.
a rubber chicken?
No, I'm talking like an actual bird.
Okay.
Let's see it. Okay. It's Innovation.
And it's Hurricane.
Mitsuo Wolfblood says he'd rather win my duck, to be honest. I'm sad to say that Sir Francis has been dead for about 2 years.
Sir Francis, why?
Had a big old duck named Sir Francis.
Did you eat it?
No, something did.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
Yeah. It was rather sad. We found him Christmas morning.
Something not big then if you found him.
Well, yeah.
Like a bear didn't take him away.
Yeah, it might have been like a raccoon or maybe a mink or something.
Yeah. You have a lot of minks?
They're every now and then one will show up, and it's a bad time when a mink shows up.
They're good fighters.
They're evil creatures.
Yeah.
They just kill everything.
Yep.
No, Sir Francis was great. He was big. Trust me, I was surprised when I found something took down Sir Francis, because he was a big boy.
Can handle himself in most cases.
Santa ate him. Maybe not Santa, maybe Krampus. That's the sort of thing Krampus would do.
Totally.
Krampus ate my duck. Adept gonna chase that Reaper away. No, I never had a jerk duck. I I had a jerk rooster growing up. He was just a nightmare.
How so?
Oh, he'd just attack everyone.
Fair enough.
Adept just poking in, scouting out. And then gets out. This game we're
As you
seeing
do.
a Stargate from Hurricane.
I mean,
He's making a Phoenix first.
not bad against early Raven, I guess.
No. Something I want to see from Hurricane is like an Immortal Sentry push.
Oh.
I know it's an odd build, but
Yeah,
it
it
is
is.
something that we've seen him do in the past. And maybe it could catch Innovation off guard, who's really macroing for the most part these games. Either that or I'd like to see like a very quick third, because Innovation hasn't been going for 2 base pushes really.
Reaper gets additional scouting information, does end up dead, and is... Apparently there's another duck named Harold.
We might have called Sir Francis Harold. Sir Francis had a lot of names.
Wow, that sounds confusing.
It is.
Alright. Fair enough. So Innovation is definitely preparing for oracles, which... Sure.
Yes, he is. Now, there is a third base already on the way for Hurricane. This is what I like to see, because Innovation, once again, is going for his quick third command center. I think this is the right call from Hurricane. He's now going to get up a Robo, a Twilight, and a Forge.
Okay. Let's just do all the tech at once. I'm down with this strategy.
It is the Protoss way. And then he makes Immortal as well. Gives his army some strength in case the Terran does decide to go for a push or something. Hurricane sending the Phoenix up north. All around, really to try and spot any Medivacs, any Liberators, potential harassment. And so far, he hasn't found anything, and that's because Innovation is just macroing up once again. Which is why I like the choice for Hurricane to go for the quicker third base this game. It's very important to do.
It punishes Innovation's greed a lot more effectively.
Uh-huh. Because it is tough to punish a Terran who goes for a fast third base. The best way to go about it is just macroing up yourself. It's scary to do that against Innovation, but it really is probably the best choice.
The old extended thermal lance has begun again. Hurricane, despite going down 0-2 after going Colossus here, still believes in the power of the Colossus.
He believes. I believe.
I mean, okay.
Observer going to spot this attack coming in. This is important. And now this is the first push from Innovation. It's nothing super strong. Hurricane should be able to defend this as long as he's in position. He's now got his Colossus with this army. He's just got to make sure he micros this correctly with his sentries, tossing down force fields and whatnot, just warping in any unit that he really can. And as we see, he's trying to bait Innovation into a subpar fight.
Decent force fields there. Innovation is forced to retreat from the location. Widowmine shot getting some good damage there too, and Innovation says no thanks.
Yeah, actually quite a nice engagement from Hurricane, shutting down that attack before it really gets started. He, however, did not scout this drop coming in, and this is going to catch Hurricane off guard. He did a good job repelling the army, but it found its way in, and this is going to make things a little bit tougher for Hurricane. This is where the boat starts rocking a little bit.
Don't come knocking. Innovation pushing into the front while Hurricane's attention is supposed to be elsewhere, but Hurricane's did a good job kind of splitting his army between both locations, keeping the Medivacs out with those Phoenix, which is a great job by him. Extended Thermal Lance is done. The Colossus are more effective now. Pumping 3 Marauders at a time, though, is innovation. And still trying to find an angle at which to drop here. Boosting on in a pretty open area.
Oh, good
while this
force
engagement
field
is
once
happening.
again.
Catches the Cyclone. That's a lot of DPS gone. But the drop, essentially undefended. And
6 probes.
Good.
Not the end of the world. Not great, not terrible. As long as Hurricane keeps his main army alive and doesn't take critical damage, he can always macro out of this. His Phoenix are also looking for this drop, while Innovation's just continuing to push all over the place. I love the cannon and the shield battery at the natural. And the Phoenix do find this drop, which is really nice to see for Hurricane. So far, he's doing a good enough job defending everything.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Zerg strategy. Defend, 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 multiple fronts, expand a bunch. Keep growing all the time.
Absolutely. And that's because historically Protoss has had the better late game versus Terran. And that's why that's why Protoss playing this defensive style is an option. It's gotten better for Terran since the EMP change and such. But it's still a classic Protoss style that we're seeing out of Hurricane.
He's lifting killing some of these Marauders, which I love. The Zealots are pieces too.
Yeah, this is going really good for Hurricane.
Yeah, army supply all of a sudden higher for Hurricane than it is for Inno. I love the Widow Mines.
He's looking to push on in. He's going to run into these Marines and Marauders with his Stalkers and 1 Colossus. We'll see how this engagement is going to go. Players fighting on both fronts. I think it's going Hurricane's way, though.
I do too. Army supply dropping for innovation. He's trying to replace these units, but they're not going to get here soon. And Hurricane continuing to just push across the map here. Coming up that ramp is a little scary, but there is nothing there from innovation to worry about. Maybe the Widow Mine's getting some massive hits on you, but the Observer comes in early, wipe that Widow Mine out, get the other one, and
yeah,
Innovation's in trouble.
Hurricane has done a really good job dispatching the Widow Mines so far this game, ensuring that they don't get continued value. And as a result, he's been able to whittle Innovation down at every engagement. There's not that much of a Terran right now. We're seeing Innovation have to pull the SCVs, but the Colossus are just dealing so much damage. This is not good for the Terran.
And the Archons really enjoying it. Hurricane takes it. Giving us a 2-2-1 series score right now, leaving my 4-1 score for Innovation on the board, and crushing the bold prediction of LaughNgamez. It'd be a 4-0 sweep by Innovation, tragically. Young.
I am completely fine with the fact that my prediction was wrong.
Happens to bold predictions.
And now we will find out what the next map is going to be.
Yeah, that was great. Again, really just kind of won there in the early stages of the game. Quick third base from Hurricane. Did not get punished at all. Defended drops, lost a couple probes, didn't lose too many. And then suddenly he's got charge lots. He's got Blink Stalkers. He's got good upgrades. He's working on those Colossus with Extended Thermal Lance and some Archons too, just for fun. And gets the win. Just kind of snowballs from there. We're going to be on World of Sleepers or World of Slippers, depending on how you like to say it.
World of Slippers.
World of Slippers. Chicken throws out a very satisfied phew in chat.
Oh.
He did root for Hurricane, and Hurricane came through for him.
Indeed. Chicken glad that Hurricane's not getting goosed.
Uh-huh.
Thanks so much to everyone for tuning into this event. We're having ourselves a great time tonight. It's good to see so many of you tuning in because this has been some good StarCraft.
Amen. You really should have the map maker names in this little description blurb for the map.
Do they not?
No, it just says submitted to Team Liquid map contest. Yeah, but by who?
Oh, created. It says created by. If you hover over it.
Oh, it's in the hover text.
Yeah, that's kind of
not
odd.
on like the. Fix that. It's not fair, Liz. Come on, give your map makers some spot in the sun.
Let us know their names so that we may flame them if need be.
Maybe find them on Twitter and hate them.
All right, in the top right-hand side of the map, it's Innovation.
And in the bottom left, it's Hurricane.
KSVKR00 saying, can we see our chat? Yes, we can. Hello there.
Yes, we can. He asked if we're casting Stagecraft.
Stagecraft. We are not on a stage. Maybe
answer was
one
no.
day. So I really liked the way that Hurricane played the player in a sense that game. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, he had a plan. He stuck to it. Executed it exceptionally well.
The earlier style that he played in the first two games, which was, or in the first game, which he macroed. Oh my gosh! Whoa, 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 whoa!
He killed an SCV?
How? Oh my gosh! Innovation. Might
Innovations.
as well just GG now.
I mean, it's not quite as bad as having only 2 workers on gas for 15 seconds, but, you know.
Not quite as bad, but still a disaster of epic proportions.
It really is.
Innovation just had flashbacks to 7 years ago when he played his first Starcraft game, and he was in bronze.
I mean, he was a Brood War player before Starcraft, too.
Make that 15 years ago.
Fair. He played under the name Bogus in Brood War. Good name. Kind of wish he'd kept it, honestly. I think it's more interesting than Innovation.
We have enough punny names. I think in
You think
StarCraft 2.
Bogus is punny?
Everyone would be like, oh no, that's a load of bogus.
Oh, I see. Names that work their way into the casts. I hear you. Yeah, that's fine. Innovation's great. I remember when he was a baby, though. Baby in StarCraft, Husky used to cast him a bunch and be like, this kid's going places. And he was right. Innovation is one of the 4 horsemen.
He is.
According to Liquipedia.
I don't know how I feel about the whole 4 horsemen thing, but oh man, Innovation is ever getting payback for his dead SCV.
I mean, I'm not sure that Maru is quite there anymore.
Maru?
Yeah.
Oh, he qualified for IEM. He absolutely is.
I mean, okay.
And he looked good doing it, so.
I guess maybe more it's Beyond we have questions about.
Well,
Is he serving military service?
it's been a hot minute since we've seen Beyond. Although he should be back soon, right?
To Liquipedia.
Like he retired, what, 2017, 2018? Must have been 2018.
Expected to come back early September 2020.
Oh, that's not that long.
It's not bad.
Just
Doesn't feel
wait.
that long.
Some nerds are going to be excited to play some StarCraft in some $50 online cup. Then they're going to see some guy called Speak Now show up in the bracket, and they're going to be like, oh no, it's Beyond.
Oh.
He's back.
Oh no, we know that name. Yes, we do.
Oracle comes on in. There's a Widowmine, but it's not in position to defend the main. So Hurricane, denying some mining. Quite a fair bit, as a matter of fact.
Rocking like a guys, it's not safe to be here yet.
What is this,
don't
Heart
waste.
of the Swarm? When's the last time you saw an Oracle get so much damage done?
And it's...
Oh, uh-oh. 12 probes dead.
Wow. That's the tragedy of this matchup. You can be like, yeah, my Oracle got 5 kills, I'm the best, and then...
Oh no.
Surprise!
Phoenix gonna get the medivac, which is nice. Widowmine just gets hoisted up by 1 Phoenix. Just flexing on Innovation a bit. Another Widowmine drop gonna be moving in. Hurricane is in position to defend this one. Oh, probes playing with fire surrounding the Widowmines. Oh no, 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 no. Oh!
Oh no! What?
Oh,
That was
a
target
disaster.
firing from Inno. That was him saying, "I want those probes."
Yeah, oh, I thought Hurricane had split that perfectly.
They kind of got stuck in the mineral patch.
They did. Oh, no. And, oh, look at this. Random Widow Mine placement. Wah, wah, wah.
Die, Widow Mines, die.
Okay, that's nice for Hurricane to kill those Widow Mines, but he's going to have to kill a lot of Widow Mines before he's considered back in this game. And, oh, he gets a Phoenix and the Oracle. Oh!
Widow Mines, let them...
Hurricane is straight up not having a good time.
It's not... Nope. Mid-soul will stop, he's already dead.
Oh, that was... total observing fail by me, not watching that first Widow Mine drop.
We know what happened. We've seen those before. We have seen massive Widow Mine drop destruction before.
And there's
oh man,
another one. I love this
he's
playstyle of
doing
innovation,
this.
by the way.
Oh, the save though.
Just the non-stop Widow Mine drops from innovation. Beautiful.
Hurricane shouldn't have killed that SCV.
He should not.
Good call, Wolf.
I mean, Hurricane, thanks to the power of Chrono Boost, is tied up on workers now. But it's come at the expense of his preparedness to stop what's going to be a 5 Rax Bio Terran. It's going to be tough to stop innovation. Who's now just waddling Widow Mines across the map.
The ultimate!
Man,
In
Widow Mine
disrespect.
production is one heck of a meme. Just here we go. Waddle, waddle, waddle. Hurricane's like, no? Phoenix gonna get a few
Some
SCVs.
damage done. Alright,
Nice.
alright. Yeah, 4 or 5 SCVs down is better than a kick in the pants.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know. Hurricane's army is tiny is the problem.
Yeah, he is getting up to 8 gateways though, so he can make a heck of a lot of zealots.
Could. And he's got the time to do it, and it doesn't look like he's pushing anytime soon. One does not simply walk into Mordor.
No, but apparently you do into Hurricane space. Phoenix? Oh, this is nice.
Get out.
Hurricane looking to catch any reinforcements of innovation. Not able to do much against this, though. He needs to warp, and there we go. 8 zealots. Oh, he should be fine. As long as he gets the Phoenix in here to help out. Oh, look at this. Hurricane just says, let's go. My zealots are quick.
Ow. Okay, well, they're all dead as well.
No,
Problematic.
that was only 4. He split them up. And he gets all the Widow Mines. He takes out the Medivacs as well, so this bio can't do a heck of a lot.
No, they need to go home. It's very dangerous for them out here. Hurricane's Colossus coming in, 4th base, on the way too.
And it's not just single Colossus production, it's double.
Oh yeah.
So
Commit to those
Hurricane.
Colossus.
He's going to have himself this nice, strong army all of a sudden. And innovation, he's not expecting Colossus, he's expecting Templar because he's going for ghosts. And all of a sudden, Hurricane going into the double Colossus production is a very, very smart call. It's going to be tough to hold the next attack still, but he's got good vision mostly everywhere in order to identify something like this. And then soon enough, he's going to be at a very high Colossus count, assuming he fires up some more. But he's actually a little bit supply blocked for the time being. And there we go. He's going up to 3 Colossus and then into Disruptors as well.
You got your wish. Disruptors on the field now for Hurricane versus Innovation. I don't know how I feel about it still, but give it a try.
All right. 2 Colossus going to be doing their best here. Force fields, Guardian shields going down, helping tank versus this army. This is allowing the two Colossus to deal a lot of damage.
Man, those Colossus, though.
Oh, beautiful. They didn't even have extended thermal lance, but they still got good swaths off, and there's just enough for Hurricane to repel this attack. There is also nothing else queued up for innovation, no drops going on while that attack was going, so it had the full focus of Hurricane in order to shut that down. He's going to have out more Colossus soon, Disruptors. He's now getting up a Templar Archives, but he's happily on 4 bases. He's even throwing up a pylon to the north, so maybe planning a 5th base soon. And considering the position which we maybe thought Hurricane was at when he ate 12 probe losses to Widow Mines, this is a lot better than that.
Really can't argue at all. Yeah, we are pretty even Steven at this stage. Across the board, all the numbers looking good. The upgrade, pretty great for both players too. The Ghost production is looking pretty fancy for innovation though, and the EMPs with the extended, expanded shockwave?
Enhanced shockwave.
Enhanced shockwave, and it was an E-word.
It is a very, very good upgrade, because it basically just allows the Vikings to go unopposed, which then deal with the Colossus. That's why Hurricane has the Disruptors. They can't be directly countered. That's why he has the Disruptors, yeah. So, they can still keep the Terran back. Man,
Zealots just will not die.
Zealots are good.
Tanky boys.
Hurricane looking to push on in. The Mad Lad blinks forward. Whoa, he's going to try and get a jump on innovation. Massive Disruptor hits going off. Oh my gosh.
Nova off there too. Archon does evaporate, but the Colossus are fairly unopposed. The Viking count is not high enough. The Stalkers and Phoenix are a problem.
No. Beautiful engagement from Hurricane, jumping on top of innovation before he had a chance to set the stage there of the engagement. He just had no warning that was coming. And Hurricane could potentially just win the game right now.
It's looking pretty good for him. Army supply really buffed. These two Colossus paid for themselves a million times over already.
Oh, another Nova goes out. Only one connection, but there's a lot more where that came from.
Again, Terrans have been splitting since Banelings have existed, so innovation splits are going to be good here. Maybe not perfect, but really good.
Yeah, they're good, but the problem is there's 4 or 5 Disruptors now. 5 Disruptors, so Hurricane can essentially endlessly chain them. So innovation has to take a snap engagement. He can't take a prolonged engagement versus this army. Whereas Hurricane, he is fine to poke and prod the Terran right now. Viking's going to try and hit the Colossus. But even if they do get picked off, there's still the Disruptors. Archon's now getting added into the mix of this.
Nova almost caught his own Zealots there. Very smartly pulled it away at the last second. Viking's just not getting much done here at all. The Stalkers keeping him away real nice.
The Disruptors just chasing the Terran army back, and there's always going to be another Nova. Always, always, always. 18 SCVs have died. More Zealots warping on in. Hurricane is just up so much supply, and we're potentially looking at a tied series here.
We are. It's feeling pretty 2-2 to me.
Okay, Stalkers blink forward. Try and get the Vikings. The engagement's
nice
going down.
EMPs.
Disruptors all whiff, so innovation pulled back properly, but there's just so much Protoss here still.
And that's your GG. He stopped microing. It's done.
Yeah, innovation. Oh, there we go. He tries to micro, but it's not happening. More Zealots coming on in.
I'm really shocked he's still here.
Maybe.
Usually
Marauders
stop
are good
microing
units,
and they're out.
But there's the Zealots to help out.
I mean, it is 35 to 32 army supply for a second there.
Innovation is not dead yet. You know that Monty Python skit? I'm not dead yet.
Yes.
That's innovation right now.
You're ridiculous. I mean, what is happening here?
Innovation is giving it the good old college try. GG.
Hey!
It is
It's a bit,
2-2.
just a bit of a 2
And
minute lag
suddenly,
there.
both our predictions are wrong.
Hey, Mitzwolf says my favorite thing: Terrans aren't dead until they're dead.
Tis
I
but a
believe that
scratch.
wholeheartedly.
Zen
Your
will be the
arms
next map.
off. What do you mean? Your arms off?
And that engage, like the game was pretty even, all things considered, before that engagement. And Hurricane was just like, surprise!
Insert surprise meme here.
Disruptors.
Surprise, Colossus.
Yeah. If Innovation was the one who initiated that fight, he maybe could have won that.
Yeah, for sure.
But Hurricane said no. And we are looking at a tied series, ladies and gentlemen.
Zen's a weird map.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. Here we are in the top right-hand side of the map. It's Innovation.
And in the bottom left, looking good. It's Hurricane. He was down 2-0. That is long forgotten.
And he was arguably down a fair bit in that third game.
Yes.
What's your opinion on Zen?
I imagine Terran and Protoss hate it for walling purposes.
Yeah.
So that's a problem. It's just got all these different places where you can mine out extra openings, but no one bothers doing it.
No, because
right?
it's such a pain.
Yeah, and it's lost mining time and whatever. And so there's a lot of it, like it basically splits the map in half, right? You have attacks on the bottom side and on the top side. There are no engagements in the middle because nobody wants to live here.
Yeah.
It just turns into very strange games.
Bad time.
Yeah. I assume you have it vetoed?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Uh-huh.
I liked Astray's build last Afreeca World, though. Which he just went for a super quick third base, 9 gates.
Uh-huh.
That was wild.
It's worth a shot.
Okay, now here's my question.
All right.
Did Innovation lose that last game because he didn't build enough Widow Mines?
Probably. Just keeps pumping Widow Mines. It's a good time. Problem is, Disruptors are real good against Widow Mines. So, well, maybe not, on second thought.
This is true. Any chance we see mass Widow Mines dropping this game? There's a chance, Mitsuo. That's pretty much what he did last game. Like, as a Terran, it is insane how quick you can build Widow Mines. Like, it is nuts. You just churn them out nonstop. Today I learned the Reaper can jump up there.
Gotta block that spot.
And that spot. And that spot.
Yeah. And that. And that.
And vetoed.
Just give up. Yep.
I'm such a lazy Starcraft player. I'll just veto the map instead of learning how to wall it.
Does this map require me to put in extra effort? No. The only maps I ever vetoed are the ones that gave everyone a free natural.
Oh yeah, as a
like
Zerg,
behind
that's
their mains.
wholly understandable.
Yeah, because it was like, I don't really want to play against a Protoss who can do 2 bases with minimal defense.
Yeah, same goes for Terran too.
Yeah,
It was
terrifying.
Just, you're laughing to the bank. Because then you build your third in your secure little area, and you float down and take your third. Easy peasy.
Yeah, and there's nothing Zerg can do about it back when that was a thing. Heart of the Swarm had no answer for it.
Good times.
Prepare for the Baneling bust, and you're good.
That was it. That was it. The show.
I remember when the Baneling bust stopped working against Terran, because I did it all the time in Wings of Liberty. And then they started scouting it and just building extra buildings at their wall, and I was like, aw. It was a sad time.
Frantically just throwing up whatever.
I mean, not even frantic. Just like, I guess I'll put an extra barracks here, and like, here's an extra supply depot, and good luck with your 6 Banelings, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I like about Starcraft, is the rise and fall of just overpowered strategies. Everyone's complaining about the 4-gate, and then it's gone because someone figures it out. Everyone complains about, oh, that was scary. Baneling bust, then someone figures it out.
Everyone complains about Widow Mines, and then Protoss. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Hurricane, you slick dog.
That was pretty good.
He just saved both of his probes from those Widow Mines. Innovation right now is like, come on, man. Cut me a break.
Thought Widow Mines were overpowered. What is this garbage?
Although, then the next one goes ahead and kills like 12 probes, so.
Yeah, that's why you try it again.
It's always a mess. Innovation this game is actually 2-basing it. No third CC yet. He has realized that Hurricane is happily just going to macro up. And that's why he's trying so hard to put the pressure on his opponent, but
it's not working very well.
It's not happening. It is quarter past not happening. Okay. Once again, extended thermal lance. Third base on the way, pretty reasonably timed. This game, though, Hurricane is going to be like, oh, you are 2-basing it. I need to be extra defensive.
It is time. Let's do Colossus again, shall we? More Colossus production.
What are these guys doing out so far? Go back home.
You know, venturing. What does Hurricane have over there on the right side?
It is a prism.
Oh, hey. The Raven's like, nope.
That is exactly what a Raven would say, too. Just, nope.
Just hails on Protoss frequencies. No. Are Protoss speaking English when they're talking to humans, or is there some universal translation stuff going on?
Don't they talk psionically to the humans?
Are they projecting their thoughts into the humans' brains?
I think so. But
that's crazy.
How do they talk to the humans when they're like cut off from the Kala? Because wasn't that like their psionic connection or whatever?
Well, what's their connection to other Protoss? Yeah.
How funny would that have been if all the Protoss couldn't talk to the Terrans anymore?
Uh-oh. Innovation feels pretty good about this fight, everyone.
And Widow Mines just waltz it into the natural? Oh, no.
Goodbye. That could have been so much worse.
It could have been. But wait. LaughNgamez here. There's more.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. Hurricane, I mean, it's a bit of damage. He only lost 8 probes to all that. Kept his Colossus alive. Everything else is really just fodder, so... Not terrible.
Not terrible. Not great, not terrible. War Prism on the move, right side.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. And the Raven says, hey.
Hey, where you going?
What you doing?
I mean... Auto turret versus... Oh, nice job picking it up, getting out of there. Good play by both those players, I would argue.
I agree.
Alright, Mitzwolf says, what's the best counter Terran has for Colossus?
Those things that fly?
Marauders, I vote, though. You vote Vikings?
Vikings. Yeah. These days, if you play Terran, you make the Vikings, then you make the Ghosts to get Enhanced Shockwave, EMP the Templar, move your Vikings in, you're laughing. Big drop from Innovation.
But the Stalkers... anyway.
Stalkers are kind of sucking. To be honest right now, they ain't doing that hot.
Medivacs getting picked out of the sky. Stalkers are worried more about those than anything else, which is real smart.
There's another drop planned to the north, and there it goes, heading towards the third. Colossus are moving in to intercept this one, though. Probes are being pulled. Hurricane is highly on the defensive right now. Colossus...
Innovation is everywhere. Only 3 probes down. Great pull.
Yeah, Hurricane is doing a good job playing defensive. His supply is exactly where it was about 2 minutes ago, though. So he has been bleeding off units. Yeah, Mitsuo, Colossus are technically flying units because they're so tall. So Vikings can shoot them.
Yeah, they get cliff walking, but they're also vulnerable to other stuff. It's kind of the trade-off.
Mm-hmm. Not worth the trade-off, in my opinion.
Come on, cliff walking's great. You use it all the time.
Very poorly timed fourth base. As Innovation says nope to that. Zealot moving towards the fourth of Innovation. Running right by it. God, these guys are like Olympic sprinters. Innovation looking to hit his opponent in multiple locations, but we're about to see exactly why you make Vikings and then make Ghosts. Innovation, he's getting Enhanced Shockwave. He's made 3 Ghosts, which is pretty much the magic number for Ghosts. And then you are in a good spot. This one Zealot, by the way, is a monster.
Does he have all these kills?
7 kills.
Holy crap, he does.
Oh my gosh. 10.
Innovation?
He was busy with his big attack. However, he's going to lose all of his Vikings after getting the Colossus. And Hurricane took a very good fight there.
Yeah.
Innovation went for the fight before his Ghosts were there with Enhanced Shockwave.
Ah, that's the mistake.
Which, when you're about 10 seconds away from getting Ghosts with Enhanced Shockwave, that's generally considered a poor move.
That Zealot is a hero.
He is a hero. How many did he kill in all?
He's getting put back in a Dragoon for sure. At least 8 or 9, I want to say. So back to the conversation, though. So Protoss talk to other Protoss through the Kala. And it's not really talking either. It's just like a shared consciousness.
Yeah.
But when they're talking to like non-Protoss, I think they just silently project voices into their
I think so too, because they don't have mouths.
Right. But they never explicitly say that in the games.
But you look at them and they don't have a mouth.
Yeah, but all the time you subconsciously think they kind of do.
Yeah, because they're talking, right?
Yeah, because they're
things
talking.
that talk have a mouth.
Yeah. Like, our brains aren't equipped to handle alien biology at all.
But at the same time, like, couldn't the Protoss just drive, like, the Terran mad by talking to their mind?
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. It's basically a backdoor into your brain.
Exactly.
I'd be worried. Like, that's the thing they should have in the Starcraft universe. As more Zealots are going to town on Innovation's entire mineral line in the...
You think they're psionically talking to the SCVs as they murder them?
Probably. Talking smack.
What you gonna do, stupid human?
No, but I just think there should be a faction of humans that are like, we don't trust Protoss. They're going to come in our minds and make us all insane, right?
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be a good, like
a psionic, like, anti-ghost psionic faction. That would be cool.
But nobody's worried about it. It's crazy.
Well, that's because they all have, like, their own psionic things.
Yeah, that's true.
There's the Terran ghosts.
I know, but the average human is scared of ghosts too, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're all pretty darn weird, to be fair.
Yeah.
Kind of genocidal for the most part.
Except for Nova. She's great. Nova at least has a thin veneer of being normal.
Thin.
Thin.
Very thin. Disruptor!
Goodbye, Disruptor.
May it rest in peace. Hurricane's counterattacking. Whoa, we're entering base trade territory.
Base race.
Oh gosh, Innovation trying to go up that choke point into Psystorm.
That could have been a better storm, but it's fine. It worked out in the end.
And now Hurricane recalls. Wow, this is actually a really nice choice, I feel, because the Terran bio is very, very softened up. Disruptors going out left, right, and center. However, Hurricane very fogged up. Disruptors are getting pretty good connections, though. I think Hurricane's going to hold this attack off.
It's looking ICMP on the Disrupt. Hyping them down.
The Zealous
nice
warping, trying to block to defend the Disruptors.
Gosh. I mean, the Disruptors are dead, but yeah, Hurricane managed to survive that.
Yeah, he did. He kept his 5th base alive as well.
It's huge.
The one concern for Hurricane is he lost pretty much all of his tech units. He's got 1 Colossus, and he's got to remake all of his Disruptors. There we go. 8 Templar on at a time. Make a couple of those Archons. Leave the rest for Psystorm. There you go. And here comes Innovation. He's made a ton of Liberators. Hurricane cannot handle this.
Yeah, that Nexus is dead.
A hallucinated Disruptor.
Oh,
Or is this a bug Disruptor?
What do you mean?
Sometimes Disruptors will or units will bug with like a cooldown or something like that, but no, it's fully a Haluk.
Yeah, that's hallucinated.
Stalker warping underneath this. There's a lot of units here though for Innovation. He's really committing to this attack. The Liberator's zoning Hurricane out of his base. In go the High Templar, dropping Psystorms on the clumped up Liberators. The Stalkers trying to help out. It's close.
Liberator count not super healthy. Stalker count not great either though, and I think Innovation is here for at least a few more seconds, at least. Stalker's not great against all this bio, but they're decent
there is
against
enough
the
bio here to
Liberators.
pick off the Stalkers. Has Innovation done it? 3 Archons were here that weren't helping out because they couldn't fit. Oh, that's a hard time for Hurricane. He's chrono boosting his gateways, trying to get him off cooldown as quick as possible. He needs to be able to spend his money, but the snowball for Innovation seems a little bit too real here. Right now, Hurricane is cursing this map positioning right now. There's 3 Archons. Could have got to the main base to help out, and now they're just getting used and abused by that positioning.
And there we go.
Innovation has himself the 3-2 lead.
Hard fought match too. We're talking 16.5 minutes. Crazy back and forth stuff.
What a match.
Great peaks and valleys there. Hallucinated Disruptor. How often do you see that?
Not too often.
Not too often.
Okay, we will wait to find out what the next map is from Hurricane. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning into this Afreeca world.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for telling your friends. Thanks for keeping us company.
You guys are great company. And we'll get everyone into the game.
Tink.
Okay. It is a 3-2 lead for Innovation in a close series, closer than the both of us thought. And now we'll see. Are we going to have a game 7 or not?
I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be good to have a game 7.
I fully embrace the game 7. All right. In the bottom left-hand side of the map, it is Innovation.
And in the top right, sporting the color blue, it is Hurricane.
Rock you like a hurricane. I really have enjoyed how Hurricane's adjusted throughout this series. We saw him kind of just play the more conservative or the more defensive Protoss style, but that doesn't work against a Terran who powers up on 3 bases.
Right.
And so then
And
he's
who can hit you from multiple angles. Just make it so hard for you to defend.
Uh-huh. So then Hurricane's like, okay, in order to stand up against the 3 bases, I need my own good economy. And so he focused on that more. And I think that's a really good decision how he did that. But now the problem is, last game Innovation mixed it up and went for a 2-base. Hurricane did a pretty good job defending it for the most part. But it's still tough when you're trying to walk that line of how much do I need to defend, how much do I need to focus on my macro, versus someone like Innovation. Because you don't walk that line right, and you are dead.
It's kind of his whole game, though, right?
That's true.
It's all about lines.
Starcraft.
In a nutshell.
You are about that. Well met.
Just had a thought, that's all. Swolf is only here for the commentary. He doesn't want a Game 7. But if you get a Game 7, there's more commentary.
This
so
is
everybody
true.
wins. I wish cannon rushing was more viable against Terran, just for entertainment value.
Cannon rushing? Oh, I'm so glad it isn't.
Just saying, like, from an entertainment perspective, the more builds that are viable, the better. And I just wish cannon rushing was somewhat okay against Terran, but the whole lifting building things makes it impossible.
Yeah, and just, like, the fact that you can make good units against cannons, like Marines and bunkers. Whereas I play Protoss, and getting cannon rushed by another Protoss sucks.
Totally sucks.
It is a bad time. You're just like, I need my cyber core to stay alive so I can build stalkers or whatever.
Yeah, stalkers are good to have. Adepts not really. Zealot's actually pretty good if there are no cannons already.
Yeah, if you get out a quick zealot, that
really
can help out.
Yeah. Just so much damage packed into those guys. And the cannons aren't going anywhere.
Played versus a Protoss player who did cannon rush me as Terran the other day. And then he turtled into mass carriers. I was not happy about that. As I was like, I'm Terran. How am I supposed to counter mass carriers again? I very rarely play versus those.
Well, all the Vikings do pretty good.
Vikings can be good, but then they're also horrible.
What?
Because if they, like, shoot the interceptors...
No, don't do that. That's bad.
Yeah,
Never shoot the interceptors with anything, though.
Pardon?
Like, anything you use to kill carriers, if you shoot the disruptors, you're doing it wrong. Or the interceptors, you're doing it wrong.
Well, maybe Marines, not so much.
I guess. And I guess Widow Mines exploding on interceptors is pretty good.
Yeah. It's
That's
tough to
another
know how many Vikings you need versus the carriers.
It's been a while since I've seen carriers against Terran, but it seems like the Terrans will build Widow Mines and just try to catch groups of interceptors and just wipe them out.
Yeah, Liberators can be good too if you have enough.
Yeah.
Innovation going 3rd CC once again. Meanwhile, Hurricane going for a 3rd Nexus. It's a little bit later than the previous game, so he's kind of walking the line a little bit more, playing a little bit more defensive. However, he also has a Prism out. And this could look like a little bit of blink pressure if you think about it. I mean, he's got a Prism. 3 gates. There's a chance he warps in like another round or two of Blink Stalkers if he decides to go for a poke. And then it turns lethal. You never know.
You never know.
Most likely
That's why
not.
you do it.
Firefly did manage to cannon rush out Maru that one time, says
Yeah. I am actually remembering some examples now that we're talking about it.
It does happen.
Yeah.
But not consistently.
No. And usually there's like a robotics facility in the mix too, so there's some tanks involved.
Oh gosh. Getting contained by cannons and shield batteries, and then the Tempest or Void Rays show up.
So basically has style contained, right? That okay, let's get that. Give me that.
I mean, we could. Hurricane's not quite that type. It's tough to put a pin in Hurricane. I'd say he's like a macro Protoss as we've seen today, but he can be aggressive sometimes with like odd builds here and there.
So, I mean, I think you have to do it.
Yeah.
Right? If you're a StarCraft 2 player at this level, you can't be known as the guy who only plays. Because then...
I mean, in the past it worked for Rain pretty well.
You think so?
That was a long time ago, though.
Yeah.
Rain in the past, back when Protoss did have the best late game in every matchup, he just macroed and he was laughing.
Yep. But I just think you have to mix it up, right? Like, Haz has been working on his macro style. And Cyril will go for a pool first sometimes.
Every now and then he will. I fully agree.
You just have to do it. Keep your opponents
There's
on their
not a
toes.
lot for Hurricane to stop this push, by the way.
Oh no. GG. All right.
This could be anticlimactic. The Zealots warping in will help out, and the Colossus has popped out. The Marines were actually in the front, so the Colossus tried him up.
And
I
he
think
did
he's gonna
interfere
survive.
with Immortal and kill it, which was
Oh,
awesome.
the interference matrix on the Colossus is huge, but good micro from Hurricane. He survives. Wow.
Wow.
That could have been a lot worse. Supply, now, after that, is actually pretty darn close. Hurricane finished up his 1-1 upgrades, so he's even on those, getting to work on his +2. He has got out a second Colossus, extended Thermal Lance about to finish up. Charge is finishing up as well to help out. A drop has been identified by Hurricane. Meanwhile, there's another push going on at the front. We'll see if he's ready to stop this. The Widowmines get picked off before the fight actually happens. That's very promising. The sentries pop a Guardian Shield. So far, Hurricane's defense is looking rock solid as he shuts down that drop simultaneously. Wow, I think we may be seeing a Game 7.
I don't know how Hurricane is alive exactly. But he is, and he's looking okay.
I have no idea, but he is playing really good. This is the strength of defensive Protoss. Against a Terran who throws away units against a defensive Protoss, they just eventually wear themselves out.
Yeah, that army supply is totally swung in Hurricane's favor. He's got the extended Thermal Lance. Widowmine's Marauder count fairly heavy, which is a little intimidating.
Yeah. Innovation is starting to go up in the Viking count, too, as he finished up his second starport, I believe. He's got the Raven, too, which is probably his saving grace, preventing the Protoss from pushing in. As this is looking really scary. Hurricane might want to just go for it.
That said, going up ramps is real scary.
It is.
And if you're Zerg, bad. Like, never do that.
Yeah. Never
Protoss.
do that.
Protoss can kind of do it, as we're seeing here. Widowmines firing on. Oh, nice unburrow. Beautiful
EMPs
unburrow.
land. They're not the best connections, though, for Innovation. And he's actually just used all of his energy already. And those EMPs, they hit some of the Archons, but seeing as how Enhanced Shockwave wasn't done, not great. Innovation now loses that fourth base. This is a dicey spot for the Terran. And the EMP is not there, so Innovation, he's going to take the fight, but his Viking count isn't high enough. His bio is doing a good job against the ground army of the Protoss, but the Colossus that are supporting in the back is just doing immense amounts of damage. More Vikings show up to help on out. There's less Stalkers, but Hurricane's still doing a good job focusing down the Vikings. Protoss players running away, though.
Charge lots, getting on top of that, absorbing the hits. They're not really there to kill it.
The Colossus are just dealing so much damage. 10 kills on one, 14 on another, 8 on another. Disruptor gets a Nova off. Innovation standing tall still. His army is somehow alive and kicking. Hurricane might be pushed back. It's gonna be close. Innovation has held this attack.
But what? Suddenly it's 42-9 army supply. Hurricane, where's your macro?
He committed
what happened?
Everything to that attack.
I guess. I think Innovation might have had a window there.
He might have.
Cautiously pulling back. Smart.
He's making ghosts. He never got the enhanced shockwave. Like, if he had that there, or even got better EMPs off there, I think that would have gone a lot better for him. And now Hurricane, though, on his much better economy, 5th base, or 4th base, pardon me. He's in quite a good spot still. Does Innovation know he never got enhanced shockwave?
Doesn't seem like it.
Because, like, enhanced shockwave just makes ghosts so much better.
I mean, it's definitely an upgrade you see 100% of the time Terran gets more than, like, a ghost.
Yeah.
So
even with, like, a ghost, it makes them way better. Because you just need to land, like, 1 or 2 EMPs. As to the opposed to, like, the 5 or something.
I'm sure somebody's done the math on that.
The radius is way bigger. Zealots moving towards that 3rd base. Innovation isn't really stopping it. He's spotted the Zealots, but no one is going there to help out. Innovation is just focused fully on this attack. He lands an EMP. It hits a couple Stalkers. Ghost moving forward once again. Innovation is looking to push on in. He's built up a stronger army supply since he neglected to rebuild his base, but taking a lot of counter damage here to these Zealots.
Yeah, 10 SCVs going down. Economy for Hurricane is fantastic. Even with mules, Innovation is far behind mineral income, which is going to help with the Zealot production, which just helps overall in every other engagement we're going to see from this point on. Liberator group getting a little bit scary here for Innovation. Just enough Liberators. You don't quite want to walk in there. But if they're on siege, heck, go for it. Look at him chase this down.
Trying to get in there before the Protoss army. Great area, though, for Hurricane as he just collapses on top of Innovation's force. The Vikings are working to push away the Colossus, but somehow Innovation's army stands strong still.
Looked like a trap for a second, but then Innovation just crushed
Oh my gosh, is Innovation just going to win it?
87 and 19 army supply.
Yeah.
And he's right on Hurricane's front door. Innovation. What a god today.
What a fight from the Terran player when I honestly thought he was toast.
Coming in from all those directions especially.
Yeah, Hurricane had Innovation really basically backed up and balled up. Right now we see Hurricane, he's trying to hold on to get out some Disruptors, but Innovation's got Liberators out now. He's got a good amount of bio underneath it. Hurricane's going to go for it, try and focus down the Liberators, but EMPs hit the Stalkers, making them softer. And the Protoss force is just melting here. The 5th base is going to go down. Hurricane taps out, and Innovation 4-2s his opponent and wins Afreeca World 51.
In a couple really close matches, too. Well done.
Yeah, beautiful play.
Boy, he just looks so dominant in his earlier series. Ends up winning. I mean, geez, what a great day for Innovation. Mitsuolov throws the GG. He knew Innovation had it in him the whole time. Yeah,
well done by Innovation, showing us that he's the king, one of the kings of Starcraft, pretty much. And yeah, very good play from him. Of course, well played by Hurricane too. He showed us some fantastic PvT, like playing a very strong style.
Absolutely. And Noob Tropic in chat, you're very welcome for the tournament. Thanks for hanging out, helping that view count.
Yeah.
Again, tell your friends about these. We do these about every 2 weeks, so it's like you're never going to see us again.
Yeah, in fact, we should see you next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Sometime in February.
On a weekend, usually.
Check Falcon Paladin and I on Twitter. We also have our YouTube channels and pretty much every social media that there is.
We sure do.
Big thanks to everyone for tuning on in. Do you have anything to add before we head out?
I don't. Really great tournament. Just impressed by innovation. I didn't did, and that just goes to show why we play the game. What makes it great is you just never know, and you get surprised by excellence sometimes. Really love that.
You do indeed. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.